Good afternoon, everybody. It is just after 2 o'clock, so I'll get us started here. Thanks for joining today's availability. Of course, very exciting news. Michael Misa granted exceptional player status by the Ontario Hockey Federation, the sixth player to be granted exceptional player status headed into the OHL Priority Selection, and he follows in the footsteps of some very prominent names in John Tavares, Aaron Ekblad, Connor McDavid, Sean Day, and of course Shane Wright, who is currently a member of the Kingston Frontenacs and a top prospect for the 2022 NHL draft. Just by way of preface, I did mention the OHL Priority Selection. That will be taking place on Friday, April 29th, with rounds 1 through 3 beginning at 7 p.m. The priority selection will be produced by Your TV and aired across the province on television as well. It will be streaming for free online on CHL TV. Day 2 will take place rounds 4 through 15 beginning at 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 30th. We have Michael Misa on our call today, also joined by OHF Executive Director Phillip McKee. We're going to get to Michael in just a moment with some questions and have an opportunity to congratulate him. But I did want to provide Phillip McKee with an opportunity for any opening remarks he'd like to make. Phillip, go ahead.
Thanks, Josh. First and foremost, Michael, congratulations on this honor from the Ontario Hockey Federation, Hockey Canada. It's real proud to be part of this process for the seventh time, I guess, going through this, and being able to have someone come out of the Ontario Hockey Federation and move on to the Ontario Hockey League as an exceptional player. So congratulations, a great honor. We're proud of you as a participant in our program and look forward to seeing great things from you in the future. My role throughout this process just is as the administrator of the process. I'll work with Michael and his family, and worked to ensure that the entire process was followed according to the Hockey Canada rules and regulations. I'll answer any questions with regards to the process. Other than that, today's here about celebrating Michael and the step that he's taking forward here to the OHL next year.
Thanks, Phillip. Michael, I want to start by congratulating you. A very exciting past 24 hours, I'm sure. It's been a bit of a whirlwind for you. We will provide media an opportunity to ask Michael questions, and if you'd like to do so, you can use the raise hand feature that is found within, I believe it's in the bottom right hand corner of my interface. You can feel free to do that. I'll ask Michael a few questions here as we populate a queue of questions, and then we'll kind of cycle through those media members on the call wishing to dialogue with Michael. But Michael, I already mentioned the names, John Tavares, Connor McDavid, etc. Michael Misa being part of that list of names. Can you put into words how that feels?
Yeah, it's a tremendous honor, but those are I don't really like to compare myself to those superstars because they've already had tremendous success and my work's just getting started. But I can obviously learn off them and just try and take what they have into my game as I develop as a player.
The OHL Cup is all fresh in everybody's minds, right? 20 points in 7 games, first player with a hat trick in the championship final, a record 5 points in the championship final. Didn't happen so long ago. Is it still fresh in your mind? And maybe you can put that showcase performance into words. Obviously a great team accomplishment, but there's no doubting, what you as an individual did on that stage was very impressive.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a team effort, throughout that whole showcase. We really, the Suns really came together as a team. And I think that's what really got the job done at the end of the day, was coming together as a team and just playing together like we always do.
Michael, you come from Oakville, Ontario, of course. For those who follow the Ontario Hockey League, a young man on the London Knights scored his 55th goal last night, and he's the pride of Oakville, Luke Evangelista. You've obviously had the privilege of growing up with an older brother who now plays in the Ontario Hockey League, and Luke Misa of the Mississauga Steelheads enjoying a very successful rookie season. What's it been like to be from a hockey town like Oakville and have that influence of your older brother along the way?
Yeah, for sure. Having friends and brothers to look up to, it makes me a much better person and player. Especially Luke, just getting stronger, getting better with him. He's always pushed me along the way, and just being from a town where hockey's a really big thing. It's really great.
And Michael, I'll allow you the opportunity for one more. I'd be remiss if I didn't let you just thank anybody you'd wish to, say thanks to for helping you get to this point. It's obviously a great accomplishment.
Yeah, especially like my family. They've always been there for me. Great brother, friends, coaches, Chris Stevenson has been there for me since I was like 5. He's been a great coach to me. My trainers, Anthony Belza, Justin Pierre, they've got me stronger over the summer. Some people I've worked with on the ice, Lee Jinman, just all those people, they've helped me really along the way.
We do have a couple questions that we can get to here. We will begin with Ryan Kennedy of the Hockey News. And Ryan, you are live and you can go ahead.
Excellent. Thanks, Josh. And thanks, Michael, for doing this. Phillip as well. We don't know what the draft order will be yet for the OHL, but there is the chance, Michael, that you could be taken by an American franchise. What do you think of the possibility of playing in the US and potentially doing the rest of your schooling in the US?
Like 24 hours ago, I didn't even know if I was going to be like eligible for this year's draft. So I've just been taking stuff like day by day and I'm just going to see where it plays out.
Of course, guys, if you have a follow-up question, feel free to ask that. I will move to Amanda Zurkowski from Eastlink Community Television, based out of Sudbury. Amanda, you can go ahead.
First of all, congratulations, Michael. A huge honor today to be here with you. Now that you know that you're going to be playing in the OHL next year, how will you spend your off season prepping to come into training camp?
Just getting stronger over the summer, obviously, and just trying to be like the best person I can on and off the ice. I'm just looking forward to getting started next year. It's going to be good.
Now, as a follow-up to that, is there an area in particular that you feel like you want to get stronger in before you come into an OHL training camp?
Yeah, I'd like to put on some more weight, just getting stronger physically, because that's something I've always wanted to work on. And I think with a lot of good work over the summer, I can make that happen.
We will now move to, and apologies if I don't pronounce this correctly, but Lucas Bernasevich. Lucas, you can go ahead.
Hi, Michael. Lucas here from the Oakville News. Congratulations. Michael, why do you think that you're ready to join the OHL at 15?
I think I've always played with kids like a year older than me. So I've always been at their stage. And like, if they're all getting drafted to the OHL this year, like, why can't I? I've always been a huge impact like on my team for 06. And I think I could fit in nicely next year for the OHL.
And then just to follow up, how do you think that the town of Oakville has shaped you as a hockey player?
It's made me a much better player, watching like, for example, like Luke Evangelista, like that 02 Oakville Ranger team and like that 05 team, there was so many special players on that team, on both those teams that I've looked up to, they've helped me along the way.
Thank you, Lucas. We move to Alex Fordal, who I believe is out of Mississauga and may be familiar with Luke Misa. Alex, go ahead.
Absolutely. First off, Michael and Phillip, thank you so much for the time. Of course, with you being given exceptional status, you will play in the OHL next season. But with that eligibility, with that eligibility in mind, of course, you briefly talked about your relationship with your older brother, Luke. But with your eligibility in mind, that does mean next season you will be facing off against Luke in a OHL regular season game. So I'm curious to ask if you and he have had any conversations about what that might be like, you two facing off.
He's been a great brother to me along the way. He's like prepared me for this. He's been like my best friend along this way. So yeah, he's really helped me out.
We now move to Connor Williams, and Connor is with the U16 Hockey Podcast. Connor, you can go ahead.
Hi. Thanks so much for doing this, Michael. Congratulations. As Josh mentioned earlier, with just all the names that were mentioned with McDavid, Tavares, and all those guys, we've seen so much pressure that comes with those players and this title of exceptional status. Just how do you go about dealing with all the hype and pressure that comes with now being granted exceptional status?
I try not to like focus on it as much, and just like my main priority is just like doing whatever I can when I'm on the ice and just making sure I get the job done when I'm on the ice.
Awesome. And then just to follow up here, you mentioned all your 06 team, the 06 Sens there. I mean, you guys had an incredible season this year. Can you just talk about like how your teammates and your coaches with the Sens ultimately, help play a role in getting you to this point in your minor hockey career?
Yeah, all the kids on my team and coaches have like guided me along the way. They've been great brothers, great coaches, and they've really helped me succeed in my minor hockey career.
We do have a couple more, so we'll go back to Ryan Kennedy from the Hockey News. Ryan, you can go ahead.
Thanks. Question for Phillip. We obviously know how great Michael is on the ice, but there's a lot of other considerations when it comes to exceptional status. What do you think are the most important factors off the ice to determine if a player is ready to make that jump? Oh, you're muted.
Ryan, thanks for the question. The process is set up to work through that. We bring in a life skills interviewer who sits down with the family and Michael to, evaluate the individual player. It's about, them as a person, their maturity, their ability as a student, as an academic, and then looking at how they relate that entire aspect onto the ice and into their game, into their experience. So it is a fairly significant process that was set up by Hockey Canada, and Michael had the opportunity to go through that entire process, and from that, it's about that ability to be mature and beyond your age, and take those next steps into your career as a young person in a game with a lot of older players that you're going to participate against.
We have another question from Amanda Zerkowski at East Lincoln, Sudbury. Amanda, you can go ahead.
So this question is actually for Phillip. I'm just kind of curious, how much weight was Michael's play at the OHL Cup factored into the decision to grant exceptional status?
Can't speak to specifically to what the panel assessed, as the overall assessment. Each part and each component along the way does a factor into their overall decision, and that is growth of the player throughout the year, growth of that player and where they peak and how they perform in different situations, as well as how they grow as an individual, and that counts by the information we get from the academic side of it, as well as from the life skills coach. So it's not just about a point in time, it's about evaluating that over the course of the last 2 to 3 years of Michael and his growth as an individual and as a player.
Now, as a follow-up, Michael, do you feel following the OHL Cup that you, not knowing the decision obviously coming into the OHL Cup, but at the end of the OHL Cup, do you feel like you left everything out on the ice that you had left to prove, and the decision ultimately would fall in the hands that be?
Yeah, that final game was a great team effort by all of us. We all chipped in, we all played our role, and we got the job done, which is what we wanted to do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. And we're going to have one more, and we'll go back to Connor Williams. Connor, you can go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. I know the OHL season is still a ways away for you, Michael, but just what sort of expectations do you anticipate having, or for when you ultimately get to put on that OHL uniform?
Once again, I haven't like 24 hours ago, I didn't even know if I was going to be in this draft. So just taking everything day by day, and getting better over the summer is something I'm looking forward to, so I can be ready for the OHL season when it starts.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Michael.
No worries.
Awesome. I'll take the last one, and it's a light one for you, Michael. Do you have any plans with the family to celebrate this?
Yeah, I think what we usually do is my family, cousins will all get together for a nice dinner or something like that. Just celebrating it because, yeah, it's a tremendous honor, and I'm really grateful.
Excellent. The OHL Priority Selection draft lottery did come up on the call. I just wanted to clarify that date is still being finalized, but of course we know a few of the teams that will be involved in that. Of course, the Niagara Ice Dogs, Sudbury Wolves, Saginaw Spirit, and one of the Sarnia Sting or the Erie Otters still to be determined. So that's coming up on the horizon. The Ontario Hockey League will get those dates circulated. There's a lot coming in a short period of time. So again, thanks everybody for joining today. Phillip, thank you for your time, and Michael, thank you for yours as well. And that will conclude this afternoon's call. Have a great day.